What if I told you that you could be wealthy beyond your wildest dreams no matter where you've come from, no matter what you've done, no matter who you've been in the past? Because that's exactly what I'm going to do. Welcome back to another video. I'm Max Hindle. I help entrepreneurs reprogram their life, rewire their minds for happiness, success, abundance, fulfillment, confidence, you name it, I do it. And in today's video, I'm going to show you the logical side to why and how you can become wealthy instantly. So before we get started with the video, hit that subscribe button, press that bell so you get my notifications whenever I post. So first things first, we need to understand that we live in vibrations. We are vibrational beings. We are made up of vibrational frequency. So when we attune our frequency to that of wealth, that is when you will acquire the wealth that you are desiring. So first things first, we need to understand is this is you. This is you right now. Now, right here, you're earning a good income. I don't know, maybe 2,000 a month, maybe 1,000 a month. There's nothing to say what this number is, but all you need to understand is that this is where you are right now. Whereas over this side, a very smiley face. This is where you are earning 20,000 a month, maybe 10,000 a month. So what is the logical difference between here and here? Because it's not actually time. It's not time. Now, it does take time to understand, don't get me wrong, but this distance is not 4 years. The only reason we think it's 4 years is because we've seen that it's possible for us to do something in 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, 9 years. I don't know why I put 10 before 9, but there we go. The only actual difference is the state of being this version of you has. Something that this version of you knows, something that this version of you is, something that this version of you does and is, you be, as your being, is completely different to this one. It's a paradigm shift. Because when you understand that this is made up of, this is my drawing of a brain, a very bad brain, this is made up of your subconscious programs. So these are your subconscious programs at this level of being right now. Maybe it is money doesn't grow on trees. Work hard to get it all, and you have to work ridiculously hard or you won't get it. You don't deserve it. Now, these are made up of your programs, and your programs come from the first 0 to 7 years of your life, the majority of your programs. Now, you can change your programs completely through the power of hypnosis, and if you do want any hypnosis, please send me a message or head over to my website, www.maxhindle.com, schedule in a subconscious mind analysis, and we can go through where you're at right now, where you want to be, and bridge that gap from going here to here. So your programming from 0 to 7 is what you heard, what you were around, what environment you're in, the people you're around, the information you took in, the books you read, whether you did read books. I personally didn't. I was a very awful reader when I was younger. But my programs were, money is hard to get, we don't have enough, there's not enough for us. So my programming was that of the big fat word lack. I lacked abundance, I lacked riches, I lacked wealth because I didn't believe it was enough for me to achieve. I didn't think I was enough to achieve that level of wealth. I started to change my subconscious programs. Now, these, as I said, were my subconscious programs. So I said to myself, what is it I want? If we don't know the what and we don't know the why, we're never going to go for it. But first of all, we need to know what it is. For example, if you put into a sat nav, just take me to my destination. Where's your destination? I don't know, just take me to the destination. But I need to know the destination so I can work out the route for you to get there. So for example, you work with me, I need to know your destination. Where is it you want to be? Who is it you want to be? What type of abilities do you have? What type of skills do you want to have? How much income do you want to be earning? All of this, you need to know your outcomes. So knowing your outcomes, let's just put a line down here, and saying, this is my subconscious mind. Again, I'm not an artist, please don't pull me up on that. And then I began to change my programs to that of, I am abundant. I deserve wealth, because I do, and so do you. The more value I add, the more money I make. Now this one was a huge shift in my life, especially with adding value and making money, because I realized it's not about, and this is what Jim Rohn says, it's not about changing the marketplace, it's about adding more value to the marketplace. So for example, yes, there was a lot of coaches doing what I was doing. So I said, how can I separate myself from these coaches? That's where I use hypnosis. So that rather than just coaching and speaking to someone, I'm actively changing the subconscious programs. So that is why I know that I now add more value to the marketplace and I deserve more money to be paid for that. It's just like a specialist skill. For example, people that are lawyers, like you pay to have a good lawyer. You pay to have a good coach. If you pay minimal money, you tend to get minimal results. Just like if you buy a really cheap product on that Wish website versus the real product, you're gonna have a completely different quality because you're paying for the value that you are getting. And the last one, money is infinite because there is enough money to go around. Because you earn more money, that doesn't mean you're taking away from anyone else. They have the same amount of opportunity to acquire that wealth that you are desiring, to acquire that wealth that you are chasing, that you are going for. So you're not taking anything from them. If anything, you're adding more value to the marketplace, which can prove to other people, well, if he did it, I can do it. If she does that, of course I can do that. If he does this, then why can't I do that? And you start to ask different questions, which gives you a different result. So essentially, before we even go into any of the subconscious reprogramming, that if you want, please head over to my website and schedule a subconscious mind analysis. But before we get into any of that, we need to realize that the difference between here and here is not time. It's just a state of being. And when you understand that it's just a state of being, how do we change our state of being? How do we change our vibration? We actively work on ourselves. Just like, how do I install the new update to my phone? I have to press install. I now, phones are now, I know my iPhone, it can do it for you and it can give you the notification, but before you had to actively go and install it. Imagine yourself like that. When you get to a higher level, you get to a more developed level of yourself, you'll naturally install these programs much quicker. Just like the phones. For example, the first iPhone that came out, pretty crap. The new iPhone that came out, even though it doesn't have a charger, I think is ridiculous, but it's going to be extremely high tech. It's going to be so fast. It's going to have all these crazy things. The cameras are amazing on them. So think about the difference and how much they are developing in such a short period of time now. What they're getting from the thumb scanner to the face scanner. What are they going to have next? There's going to be so many different things. Maybe a retina scanner. I don't know. But the only real difference, as I said, is just being. It's not time. So how, and I'm going to give you a little story about myself. So when I learned hypnosis, I learned it to a very mediocre level, not where I am today, but I learned to a very mediocre level in 1 month. 1 month. 1 month. 30 days. Give or take 31, I'm not sure exactly the amount of days. But it took me about a month, maybe a few over, maybe a few less, I can't remember exactly. But I know it took me that much time. Now, ask myself this. It took me so long to understand maths in school. It took me so long to understand science, to understand English, obviously other than language. It took me so long to understand that. Why? Because I had no invested interest into it. I shut down my business, and this is something that I highly recommend people do, not shut down your business, but I shut down working with clients. I completely cut off from everything and said, I need to separate myself from the norm. How can I separate myself from the norm? And that's where I came to the conclusion of, I want to do hypnosis. I studied NLP and I realized hypnosis is amazing. That is incredible. I love the way that hypnosis works. I need to learn that. I need to do that. Shut down the business. I burned my boats. I had no other form of retreat. I had to do it.
It's because you haven't committed yourself where you would burn your boats. If you want to take the f***ing island, burn your boats, and you will take the island, because people, when they're going to either die or succeed, tend to succeed.
Because it was either that or get a job. And I said to myself, I'm not getting a job. I'm working so I can serve people, so I can live my purpose, so I can live life on my terms, so I can live an extraordinary life. And an extraordinary life, as Tony Robbins says, is just life on your terms. So whatever that is for you. So I said to myself, I could learn this in a year. It could take me a year. Some people it does take a year. That's not saying that they're worse or they're better. Some people just like to spend more time on it. I did something that was very creative and worked for me, which was listening to binaural beats and piano music every day for between 6 to 8 hours. 6 to 8 hours of my day was just studying at my computer, studying, writing down, taking notes, and really taking in the information. So if you truly want to understand or you want to learn faster, click this video here to watch my binaural, or to listen to my binaural beats. You do need headphones because you can't hear it without headphones. That's the reason why binaural beats work. And maybe find some piano music, and if you want some piano music, let me know. I can create a playlist. I'm pretty sure I have a playlist. It's just not a live playlist. But I can do that for you just to help you learn fast. So in that space of 6 to 8 hours, I was doing minimum for the 6, obviously, 180 hours study in 30 days. 180 hours, that's a lot of study. And between that, if it was the 8 hours, it's about 240 hours of studying. So that is between 180 and 240 hours of studying. So the middle ground, we're looking at about 200 hours of studying, give or take 210. So I said to myself, if I can do or let's say 180, let's go minimum, 180 hours of study, that could be spread over a year. Do 30 minutes of studying a day for 1 year. The difference is, from here to here was not 30 days, it was not 1 year, it was the 180 hours of studying. Now, not saying that I'm earning that much money, because I'm not. I'm between 2 and 6 a month, give or take. My best was like 8k a month, I think. But the logical standpoint from me from here to here, and bearing in mind, this is me going from not earning more than 6,000 in 2 years to earning 8,000 in 1 month. It was more like a week, but I had so much to do I couldn't keep up with any more sales. But from here to here it wasn't a month, it wasn't 30 days, it wasn't 4 years, it wasn't a year. It was the difference, it took me to learn that. So for someone else, that could take them a lot less time to understand it, because I'm not the fastest reader. I'm becoming a much better reader, and I'm understanding because I used to be an awful reader. I used to be an awful reader, but now I'm really picking up my reading ability because I want to learn that way. I still listen to audiobooks, I still watch videos, but I do like to read as well sometimes. So because it took me a bit longer, it was about a year ago now, just over a year ago, something like that. Because it took me that long, I said, okay, so it may take me a bit longer. Some people could do that in 130 hours, so they could do it faster. And that doesn't mean they're better than me, it just means they're faster readers. That's it. So for me to get from, and let's not put this in money terms right now, but for me to go from here, not knowing anything about hypnosis, to here, knowing what I know now, took about 30 days. Now, or knowing what I learned after 30 days, took me 30 days. That could have taken me a year. So logically speaking, this can take you 10 years to make, from 2 to 20, or from 1 to 10. It can take 10 years. It doesn't have to take 10 years. All you have to do is find out, what does this version of me need to know? What and who does this version need to become in order for me to attract 20, 10, 5, 2, 4,000 pounds into my life? How do I do that? Because it's not about how long you spend. Because some people, Mark Zuckerberg, made billions by the time he was 23. And he didn't come from anything. Kylie Jenner, she came from something, but she made billions by the time she was 21, 22, I'm not sure exactly how old. And what it came down to was not how long she spent on it or how long he spent on it, it was just the period of time that he got from here to here, knowing this is what I need to know to make X amount, billions or whatever it is. So if you shift your paradigm to say, what is it I need to know, rather than why can't I know that? What is it I need to know? And then put an action plan together, which for me was my action plan. Taking that time to sit in and study and understand and assimilate and really get that information. So then once you do that, you will get to here much faster.
Are you serious?
So that is where time is really irrelevant in regards to what you're manifesting, but you still need to put the action in. Because obviously it took the 6 to 8 hours a day for 30 days, so it took the 180 hours, so the time is relevant there. But it didn't have to take me a year when I could have learned it in 30 days if I put it in faster. And I had the ability to do that. I was lucky and I was able to do that. Not everyone is able to do that, and I understand that. But the faster you want something, cut out watching TV, cut out social media, cut out doing things that you don't want to do, cut out drinking, cut out spending money on things you don't need, and put your time and effort into here, and you'll get it faster. That's just the end of. So rather than spending your time doing things that aren't productive for that, and that doesn't mean you can't do them. If your goals are, I want to hit this faster, then you have to do that, logically. So then you can get to this round number of whatever it is that you want to get to. And for me, like I said, I'm not earning that much yet. But I know I've got the action plan in place of how to. So now for me, it's just my 6 to 8 hours, which I've got. So I've got my 6 to 8 hours, which is my strategy. And now is it going to take me a month? Is it going to take me 30 days? How many people am I going to speak to? How many people am I going to be able to reach out to? How many people are going to reach out to me? How much time am I going to spend reaching out to people? How much time am I going to spend working with people? Am I going to start, and I'm starting another business, so am I going to start that? How quickly am I going to do that? Because that's down to me. So whether this takes me a year, whether it takes me 10 years, whether it takes me 5 years, that's my choice, theoretically, because I've got the strategy now. And if you want that strategy, send me a message. We can find that strategy for you, especially if it's in regards to, and again, I'm not a business coach, so but I can show you how to make money if you are in a coaching sector. I know how to do it. Now it's just actually putting it on autopilot and doing it even easier. But if it's anything to do with confidence, happiness, success, feeling abundant, letting go of trauma, I have the strategies. I literally do this all the time. So I can show you exactly how to do it, and I can help you clear and become. And then you can become this magic number, whoever you want to be, moving your state of being to here. So other than that, I hope this video has given you some information, some inspiration to help you create wealth in your life and help you understand how to make money. Now again, I'm not an investment guru, but I know this is the logical steps to making the money because I've done it. I have done it. So this is the logical steps. So what it takes is, are you moving your state of being now, tomorrow, next year? It's down to you. And feel free to send this video to a friend, because not only are you helping them, you're helping create this movement of happy and fulfilled people, and quite frankly, I can just show my gratitude to you. And if my videos do truly help you, I'd deeply appreciate if you could subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment, and send this to someone else. As I said, it will help them, and it really, really will. So other than that, I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you keep spreading love, kindness, and so much positivity.